A very good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILEcast weekly news roundup only on West Nile Television, where we give you the highlights of the news bulletins of the week every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumuringa Christine. Let's dive straight into the stories that made headlines throughout the week. During the United States Embassy representatives' courtesy visit to Arua Regional Referral Hospital in Arua City, together with the representatives of the local development partners, Ambassador William W. Pope, the new United States ambassador to Uganda, said the United States government will continue to support health facilities to find solutions that increase efficiency and reach of the health programs initiatives in order to provide accessibility and treatment of tuberculosis, drug-resistant tuberculosis, child-to-mother transmission of HIV, cancer, and malaria at low costs. Take a look. During the United States Embassy representatives' courtesy visit to Arua Regional Referral Hospital in Arua City, together with the representatives of the local development partners, Ambassador William W. Pope, the new United States ambassador to Uganda, has said the United States government will continue to support health facilities to find solutions that increase efficiency and reach of health programs initiatives in order to provide accessibility and treatment of tuberculosis, drug-resistant tuberculosis, HIV, child-to-mother transmission of HIV, cancer, and malaria at low costs.
We just today were able to see work that we're doing to together fight tuberculosis, including drug-resistant tuberculosis, our continued efforts against HIV, including preventing mother-to-child transmission of HIV, seeing literally hundreds of babies every month being born free of HIV is an incredible accomplishment. Visited a state-of-the-art laboratory here at the hospital that over the last few years has been able to dramatically improve its capability for providing test results with equipment and technical capabilities provided through U.S. government agencies, including USAID and CDC, through our PEPFAR program, which is our program to counter HIV. But this is all reflective of the partnership that we have with the Ugandan people to improve health solutions, to support public health access for everyone. We saw the post, the drop-in clinic today, where individuals from every key and vulnerable population being able to receive antiretroviral medicines and other preventative treatments, and that's what's important. We ultimately, by working together, we can prevent the spread of disease, we can improve health solutions for individuals that are particularly vulnerable. So we have work to do, but we have made dramatic progress together, and that is, I think, reassuring to all of our efforts here between the United States government, between Ugandan institutions, and our implementing partners. And so we are going to continue to do whatever we can to support with the resources that we have. Resources are not infinite, they are very strained. So wherever we can find solutions that increase efficiency, that increases reach of the programs, that innovate and make the treatments and the solutions we have more accessible at lower cost, we should be doing that.
Dr. Andama, the hospital director of Arua Regional Referral Hospital, thanked the U.S. Embassy for their continued support towards the improvement of health services like medical equipment, medicine, among others that are provided at the hospital.
Today we received the U.S. ambassador to our hospital, and he came to look at what we are doing regarding the funds they give us. And we are able to take the ambassador through and his entourage through the various service delivery areas, including TB services, cancer treatment, HIV, prevention to mother-to-child transmission of HIV, antenatal care, malaria treatment, lab, and many others. And as he moved around, we had people who demonstrated to him what we actually do with the money they have given us, and he was impressed because he was able to note that services are improving in terms of quality and quantity, and he was able to appreciate the fact that we don't only treat the nationals, We also treat the refugees and the foreigners from Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan. So we are very happy as a rural hospital to note that we have improved in service delivery, and those who fund us have also come and noted. So we are happy that they have noted that there is value for money that they give us.
Charles Ichogor, the Ara City Resident City Commissioner, stated that the government of Uganda commits to providing a conducive environment in ensuring sustained access to quality health services by beneficiaries towards the control of HIV, tuberculosis, malaria, and other disease epidemics in the region.
After Karamoja, West Nile has the lowest HIV prevalence in the country, that is at 2.8%. Through CDC and USAID, the US government has supported a number of health projects in West Nile, including the West Nile HIV project, Global Health Security by IDA, among others. We continue to appreciate and acknowledge the US government support. We acknowledge the American people for the support through PREFA, through PMI, Global Fund, implemented by different partners, including Infectious Diseases Institute, IDI, Presidential Malaria Initiative, Malaria Reduction Activity, PMI, MRA, and LPHSTB towards this improvement. To acknowledge the US government's tremendous efforts towards prevention, timely detection and control of outbreaks in the region, as well as refugee response support through USAID. As government, we commit continued collaboration and provision of conducive environment to ensure sustained access to quality health services by the beneficiaries towards the control of HIV, TB, malaria, and other disease epidemics in the region.
For more than 6 decades, the US-Uganda partnership has resulted in the eradication of deadly diseases, saved lives, reduced poverty, advanced democratic values, prevented and resolved conflicts, promoted peace and inclusive citizens' response governance, promoted resilience in communities and small businesses. Okumaringa Christine for West Nile Television, Nilecast. And more in our story, Zombo District leadership has commissioned 3 hand-walking tractors and 1 horsepower tractor donated by the Ministry of Agriculture at Paida Cultural Center in Zombo District. Alfred Jawok reports.
Commissioned the tractors of Zombo District, which were provided timely by the government of Uganda in order to promote production. And I say all this for God and my country.
Zombo District leadership has today, 18th March 2024, at Paida Cultural Center, commissioned 30 hand-walking tractors and 1 horsepower tractor donated by Minister of Agriculture. While commissioning the tractors, Honorable Kuyushin Grace Freedom, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, who was the chief guest, notes that some youths will be selected to undergo training to manage the tractors.
I'm happy that today we have commissioned 30 walking tractors and 1 big tractor for Zombo District. And I want to thank the government. I want to thank His Excellency the President and the Ministry of Agriculture, because the government's policy is now commercial agriculture, and we cannot do commercial agriculture on only horse. And so this is a very big boost in the sector, and it's going to involve many farmers now, but specifically would like to encourage the youth and the women, because these can now manage the walking tractors. The big tractor we have Zombo District Farmers Association. It would be a good idea to give it to them. Otherwise, in the district already we had 2 tractors for Alur Kingdom, 1 tractor for Tea Cooperative Society, 1 tractor for Coffee Cooperative Union or Koro Coffee Union. But I must say that we have to work hard to make good use of these tractors.
The Deputy RDC of Zombo District, Grace Atim, has tasked officials taking charge of the tractors to extensively maintain them before warning them of diverting it for other unlawful services from farmers.
I was listening to some excerpt from a conference which took place, I think, in South Africa, where a lady got up and said, you know, agriculture is no longer sexy to the youth. I don't know what she meant. So I think by mechanizing agriculture now, we are making it sexier to the youth. I think Princess can agree with me. Because now, you know, youth with machines. When we were trying to bring the tractor here, one of the youth in the district, one of the drivers was saying, the clutch is not working, the working. So this is mechanized, everything is just computerized, so I can say. So I think the youth, and we need energetic youth, will be happy to operate these tractors. And this will, in the end, make them love farming. And once you do something with the passion for it, production will also increase and improve.
Gabriel Okumu, Okoro County Member of Parliament, commends government for this initiative before calling upon community to embrace the new tractors.
The sentiment they will work for. I would like to thank the President. It is out of his manifesto, it is out of his goodwill for the people. That's why we have the tractors here today. And this will help us to fulfill his manifesto. It will enhance the PDM and of course the so needed socio-economic development which is so desired by our people.
The 30 hand-working tractors will be given to each sub-county and town council, while the horsepower tractor will be given to Zombo District Farmers Association ZODFAM. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the municipal district city education officers from all over Uganda officially commenced a 3-day retreat to deliberate on the modes of addressing gaps with the education sector in Uganda. The event attracted officials from the various local governments and other partners at the National Teachers College, Muni, in Arua City. Farish Majid reports.
State Minister for Primary Education, Honorable Joyce Kaduku Muriku, today on the 18th of March 2024 officially flagged off the 3-day retreat of district, municipal and city education officers taking place at National Teachers College, Muni, in Arua City. The 3-day retreat aims at bringing the education heads from various local governments across the country together to deliberate on gaps affecting the education system and also draw means to addressing these gaps. First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni, who also doubles as Minister for Education and Sports, in a speech read by Honorable Joyce Kaduku Muriku, urged the teachers and learners to be prepared for the changes in the education system.
Government is aware of the fact that some education managers do not have vehicles to facilitate support supervision, to facilitate monitoring of education services. This matter will be addressed as government allocate resources to the Ministry of Education and Sports and to the local governments.
Kaducho also went ahead to ask the heads to discuss on how to maintain the morals in teachers such that improvements in performances of the learners can be realized.
You are the one to uphold the profession, the integrity, the moral, and what it means to be a teacher. You stand with your heads up. I want to implore you, in these 3 days, discuss that matter. What strategies can we bring on board together to improve education quality without demoralizing the providers, the foot soldiers?
However, Raymond Ombere, the Principal Education Officer for Arua City, raised the challenge of limited funding, which is very much affecting the infrastructure development within the schools.
School facilities grant, yes, it is true. We do receive school facilities grant, and we receive money from school maintenance. But one fact that we should note is that these amounts are very insufficient. For example, what Arua City received this financial year as a school facility grant can only put up 2 classrooms.
Meanwhile, Aliwaru Daisy Philiam, the principal National Teachers College Muni, asked the heads to deliberate on how to empower the teachers.
Today, as the DEOs share experiences in this national retreat, remember to discuss the roadmap on how to reshape the teacher we need for the education we want. As key stakeholders in education, it's entirely our sole responsibility to prepare the teacher we need for the education we want.
Cleophas Mugenyi, the commissioner in charge of teacher education standards at Ministry of Education and Sports, says that much as government is giving out support to the schools, the responsibility of feeding the learners remains in the hands of parents as new strategies are being developed.
Government has been very, very clear on the responsibilities of the various stakeholders, especially the parents. And one of the roles of the parents is to provide the meals to the learners while at school. We are aware that the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports moved around the country urging parents to support their children with midday meals. And in that regard, we even have the school feeding guidelines of the Ministry of Education and Sports that clearly stipulate that every school is supposed to have a school feeding committee. And the rules are very clear.
The 3 days retreat that officially commenced today on the 18th of March 2024 will run till 20th of March 2024 and has drawn several partners in attendance, and notable among whom is UNICEF, Stanbic Bank, and Wind International, among others. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our story, security organs have been urged to increase the number of security personnel in Laropi Town Council so as to beef up security in the area. Take a look.
The council meeting, which brought all the councillors from the different wards to deliberate on matters affecting the town council and find solutions as mandated by the Local Government Act. Honorable Tiondi Loga David, the chairman Local Council 3, Laropi Town Council, during the council meeting, urged the security organs to increase the number of security personnel in Laropi Town Council so as to beef up security in the area, saying a lot of efforts have been put to ensure that children go to school, but up to date, many parents have failed to send their children to school, which has become a source of insecurity in the area.
Be put into implementation, the security organ should be increased in Laropi Town Council so as to take levels of patrol in at least for a week or more, because we have talked to parents, stakeholders of education in the town council for many moments, and we see that even as school has begun, there's a few parents who take care of their children. Majority do not care, but things have started happening recently badly. As you go to Dufele, there is a place called Equique, a stream there. There were people who hid there and they ambushed some people.
Honorable Andevu Caesar, the district councillor representing Laropi Town Council, said the issue of insecurity in the area is majorly being caused by drug addiction, and the drugs are being sold to the youth by women. He therefore urged the authorities to fast track where the drugs are being sold and who are the ones selling before getting a lasting solution to the problems.
Mostly in Laropi Town Council, the issues here were drug addiction challenges that our people are going through, marijuana chewing, marungi, and also opium smoking. There are spots here we have I have identified, and the women are the ones even selling some of these things, selling opium to young people, and they always come. Normally their markets are conducted late in the evening, So these are things that now the security, for us to brief the security of how the situation is, we must first of all establish where are these loopholes coming from and who are these people involved in these rackets. And by so doing that, then we shall be able to identify and also get solutions to this problem once and for all.
Honorable Mungweo Topista, the councillor representing Central Ward, requests the local council 3 chairperson to engage the security organs in night patrols so as to reduce on the late movement of people in the area so as to avoid cases of night attacks on the people.
Chairperson for security for Nairobi Town Council should link up with the security like the soldiers and the police to launch a patrol to stop some of the night movement.
According to the information got from the councillors, a group of unscrupulous youth within the town council have formed a group which terrorize the community members, especially in the night, robbing them of their belongings, which has raised a lot of concern among the public, who now want the sub-county authorities to act so as to stop such attacks from continuing to happen in the area. I'm Dominic Anthony Okumu for West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, Pakwach district leaders have raised concern over the poor performance of teachers. The poor performance of students, alleging that the poor performances are marred by the rampant absenteeism of the laziness of school head teachers and their staff, making learners to miss lessons, among other reasons. This was revealed during an emergency meeting with the school head teachers, school management committee, PTAs and other stakeholders about the poor performance of students in the district. Take a look.
Pakwach district leaders have raised alarms over poor performances witnessed in the recently released 2023 primary leaving examinations and Uganda Certificate of Education, where the district dropped in the number of first grade compared to previous academic years. This was observed when the State Minister for Local Government, Honorable Victoria Rusoke Atuoki, who was the chief guest during an emergency meeting with the school head teachers, school management committee, PTAs, and other stakeholders. The leaders alleged that the poor performances were marred by rampant absenteeism and laziness of school head teachers and their staff, making learners to miss lessons. Omito Robertstein, the district chairperson, Pakwach district, stated that some head teachers and their teachers have external businesses like riding boda, fishing, which make them to miss classes. He demanded the minister to put stringent measures to stop this vice in Pakwach district. Omito revealed that over 4 parishes in Pakwach district do not have a single government-aided primary school, as learners in the affected parishes trek for more than 10 kilometers to search for schools. Omito further revealed that some schools like Vungandik, Jakok, among others, have inadequate structures, as learners sit under trees.
But this parish doesn't have even a single government-aided primary school, contrary to the government policy on education, that at least every parish must have a government-aided primary school. And that's not the only parish. With the creation of the new administrative unit, we still have also many other parishes, about 3 or 4 more, that do not have. And that's why 3 years ago, as at this week, we caused the submission of 7 community primary schools to be called and taken up by the government. And one of them was actually Padosh Primary. We are happy out of the 7 in the recent approval last year. Jacob Primary was taken. But on top of being taken, also I don't see a visibility of the activeness of it becoming a government. So the other 6 are still languishing. Girls Centenary, and then Big Primary, there is the convention. I cannot recall all of them. But
Moses Arake Dalili, the chief administrative officer Pakwach district, also denounced the vices, revealing that some head teachers have failed to implement the new system known as Stellar to monitor the presence of teachers at school. According to Dalili, this has contributed to poor performance in schools in Pakwach district.
This was set for a review meeting as Pakwach district. to review performance of both primary level examination and advanced certificate education for 2023. We received the results. On average, during the last year, Pakwach district performance seemed to have improved in terms of pass rates. In 2022, we were about 83.8% performance. That is the candidates who are able to be moving to senior one. Now, in the current year, under review, the district moved from 83% to 91%, which means 91% of our children who sat are people who can be admitted in senior one now, for which I commend the Education Department for the efforts. However, my concern is about quality of the results. The number of first graders during the recent year moved down to 57 candidates from 75 in the previous year.
Christina Shayo, Pakwach District Education Officer, told this reporter that the conference is aimed at improving performance of schools which did not excel in the last year's examinations, both in primary and secondary schools.
So our theme must be results related amidst the challenges regarding
You're very right. So let me applaud for you.
primary education and universal secondary. For me, I need to give people always say we are not performing well because
Thank you, Mama.
the children are coming up, but even the ones who are passing, they have challenges. So how can we rise above the challenges? So I believe when we come together as stakeholders in Pakwach and we all agree to get committed and to learn from one another, we can be able to rise above the challenges and be able to perform much better than what we did in 2023. It requires everybody, the parents, the PT executive must mobilize the parents to support the children with the feeding, with the scholastic materials.
However, Victoria Tuokirusoken, the woman member of parliament for Kabarole district, who doubles as the state minister for local government, warned the head teachers against absenteeism from schools. Rusoke promised to table before the president the challenges of structures within schools in Pakwach district. She also asserted that there must be a notable adherence to the law by the Minister of Education and Sports.
And the 6 sub-counties don't have a secondary school. I will report because whenever we go out, we are supposed to give a brief in cabinet and to the line ministries. I will forward all my observations to the line ministries. I've taken concern of the request to have a town council, but at the moment when the ban is lifted, we shall be informed accordingly.
The 2 days conference attracted all teachers, school management committee, PTA, and other stakeholders to forge a way forward towards good performance of learners. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories. During the belated International Women's Day celebration, which took place on the 21st of March 2024 in Maracha district, the leaders have urged women to compete for leadership positions with the men. Osuta Yusuf reports.
The people of Maracha district were on Thursday, the 21st of March 2024, joined by officials from the Democratic Republic of Congo to come and celebrate the International Women's Day, which was held in Dramu Sub-County, Maracha East constituency. International Women's Day celebration is a day designated by the United Nations General Assembly to be celebrated on the 8th of March annually. Honorable Ndera Irene, the female council representing Awiziru Sub-County to the District Council, criticized men for wanting to overrule in families and yet they do not provide the basic needs for women. A member of parliament for Maracha East constituency, Honorable Ruth Lematia Moli Onduru, advised the women to focus on equality instead of focusing on the gender, which she described mixing of anatomy and physiology, which will end up in breakup. The area member of parliament also encouraged women to compete for leadership positions with men.
Anatomy and the physiology. Equality of women.
Following a song composed by women with its meaning stating that they do not want husbands, the woman member of parliament for Maracha district, Honorable Jiwaru Jennifer, knelt down to beg women in the district to remain in their marriages and to work harmoniously. The guest of honor for the function, Koliba Monica Kotevu, who doubles as the Deputy Resident District Commissioner for Maracha district, told women not to be overtaken by emotions.
As women, one of our main things is to love each other. But in most cases, we hate by telling lies against other women. Sometimes our tempers are very high. We get annoyed so much, and without analyzing issues, we play up. Sometimes we are very abusive. We have a lot of mood swings, which does not cause happiness in our community and our homes. Sometimes we suffer from real laziness to do work. They don't want to do work. I want to say the president has mobilized, he's always with you people, and the president says wherever we are, we should really talk to you about mobilization, wealth, creation of wealth. Creation of wealth means whether you have your own money, whether you have your own land, whether you have your own house, whether you are able to pay your own children to school, things which are associated with you, not things done by government. Government does gives services, but the creation of wealth is your individual responsibility.
During the celebration, Maracha district officials stated that they have chosen to celebrate the event lately because there was a letter from the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development directing all districts not to hold the event on the same day the national celebration was held. Osuta Yusuf, Okumuringa Christine, for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, His Holiness Pope Francis has appointed Right Reverend Raphael Pomoni Wokorach as the Bishop of Nebe Anglican Diocese, as the Archbishop of Gulu Diocese. This comes after the Holy Father accepted the resignation of the pastoral care of the Archdiocese of Gulu, represented by Archbishop John Baptist Odama, after reaching the age limit of 75 years old. Take a look.
After 25 years of service, the then Bishop of Gulu Archdiocese, His Grace John Baptist Odama, the Bishop Emeritus of Gulu, has been relieved from his duty as the Bishop of Gulu Archdiocese.
Announcement of the new Archbishop of Gulu. The Apostolic Nuntiate in Gulu has the pleasure to announce that on the 22nd March 2024, His Holiness Pope Francis has appointed Metropolitan Archbishop of Gulu, the Right Reverend Raphael Wokorach, MCCJ, which is Concord Missionary of the Heart of Jesus, until now, Bishop of Nebe.
According to Odama, this news was broken to him from Rome, and he made it public from Gulu Cathedral.
His Grace John Baptist Odama, Archbishop Emeritus of Gulu, has been appointed apostolic administrator of the Archdiocese of Gulu until the day of the canonical possession by the new Archbishop.
Odama will be greatly remembered by the people of northern Uganda for his struggle for peace during the LRA war in northern Uganda.
The Archbishop John Baptist Odama, who has been here for I think 25 years, he has been our Archbishop and he has been really working so hard. Many of the people have been hearing what he has done, working on the peace in northern region, trying to really create peace in the community, and even he has created peace within the denomination, the Catholic Church, the Protestants, and then the born again. We are one.
Some of the Christians in Gulu also remember him for his instrumental role in fighting domestic violence while championing women's rights.
That ladies can do great things. So you can imagine such kind of a news. It is like, so sudden to me. I would have loved for him to stay for some few years.
Ojok Matthew Simon says the Christian in Gulu welcomed the new bishop posted to Gulu Archdiocese, but they were expecting His Holiness Pope Francis to appoint the son of the land, Anachole, to replace His Grace John Baptist Odama.
People expected that this time maybe we will get the son of the soil to become the Archbishop of Gulu. But the way it has come now, everybody is now quiet. And what do people say? What Nick said is that, what has been said because Pope is the overall.
In 1996, Pope John Paul II appointed Odama bishop. He was concentrated Bishop of Roman Catholic Diocese of Nebe on the 26th May 1996, serving in his capacity until 2nd January 1999, when he was appointed Archbishop of Roman Catholic Diocese of Gulu. He was the first bishop to serve as the Archbishop of Gulu. For the last 25 years, he has served as Gulu Archdiocese Bishop. Odama is greatly remembered by the people of northern Uganda for the role of peace building in the region during the LRA war in northern Uganda. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories. During a dialogue meeting to resolve compensation problems in Ramogi Parish, Aluru Sub-County, Moyo District, elders have been urged to be sincere and tell the truth as to help in resolving land conflicts within their communities. Okumu Dominic reports.
The meeting, which brought most of the district leaders, including the police and the community members, to discuss and forge a way forward so as to resolve the compensation problems relating to the Laropi Moyo Afoji Jale Road project, which brought problems among the community members of Ramogi Parish. Mr. Gore Goffin, the resident district commissioner Moyo, while closing the dialogue meeting, urged the public to always learn to cooperate and solve issues related to land conflicts, saying such issues require patience from the elders. He therefore implored the elders to always be sincere and tell the right information to the public so that cases of land conflicts can be resolved in the communities and confusions related to land compensations can be avoided.
The communities to always learn to cooperate and solve issues, especially when it comes to issues of land. It requires a lot of patience, and that patience is only from the elders because of age and since their understanding of the history is very clear.
Honorable Anyama Williams, the chairman Local Council 5 Moyo District, who chaired the meeting, outlined the resolutions of the meeting, which include, among others, the security of the family members involved in the conflict, the need to resolve the existing conflict among the families within 2 weeks from the time of the meeting, and allowing Uganda National Roads Authority (UNRA) go ahead with the compensation of the already verified and approved landlords, among others.
The meeting agreed to restore total peace and harmony in that community, and security of life and security to property must be respected. The meeting gave a green light to UNRA to go ahead with the compensation of all the people who were assessed before, all those who were assessed for payment for their property, for their land. government should proceed with the payments without any form of hesitation.
Superintendent of Police, Dragud Ignatius, the police public relations officer for Northwest Nile region, lauded the community for being calm and peaceful throughout the dialogue meeting and said the resolutions were well laid, saying the elders are tasked to ensure the matters are resolved.
It started peaceful and it ended peaceful. Those who are annoyed, also after solving the problem, people have come together, and our resolution was properly laid, of which the elders have to come together such that they don't confuse the younger people.
Honorable Oduti Francis Ulogo, the chairman local council 3 Aluru sub-county, said his office registers a lot of cases in relation to land conflict, and he has found out that the elderly people in the area contribute to these problems because they pass the wrong information to the youth, hence sparking off the land wrangles in the area.
I'm registering every week, almost every week, complaint of land in my sub-county here. But what I've realized is my elders, my musees, they are contributing negatively in supporting these cases.
Mrs. Drusilla Arinanyi, a staff of Uganda National Roads Authority working on Laropi Moyo Afoji Jali Road project, said she believes in dialogue over taking matters to court, and she is confident that once the clan leaders sit down, they can resolve the matter easily. She lauded the leaders of Moyo district for being involved with their people so as to promote peaceful coexistence in the district.
That's number one. Before we get into, going to court and taking things way above, taking things way above to the court, I always believe in first, having meetings and agreeing at the village level. Because as we know, the land tenure system in this other side, it's customary and it's headed by, clan leaders.
Mr. Duchi James, one of the elders in the area, said in conflicts where elected leaders get involved in the issues tend to overdrag, and once the matter is taken to court, it gets more worse because most of the elderly persons don't have money and they end up getting frustrated and sometimes committing suicide. The government of Uganda approved the construction of Moyo Afoji Jali Road after securing funds from the World Bank. The government, through the Uganda National Roads Authority (UNRA), conducted an assessment so as to compensate the people whose land will be affected by the road project. But however, in Ramogi Parish, Aluru sub-county, the community members accused one of their own member of writing to Uganda National Roads Authority (UNRA), stopping them from getting compensated, claiming ownership of the land stretching from Erepi South to Ebikwa Bridge. This angered the locals, who called on the district leaders to engage them in a dialogue meeting so as to resolve the matter amicably before taking the laws into their hands. I'm Dominic Anthony Okumu for West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the Secretary General for the National Ruling Party, Honorable Richard Togwong, has announced the successful closure of the National Resistance Movement Party Registry book. Togwong, who was in the same village to update his name in the NRM Registry Voters Registry book, also recognized some of the few challenges that registrars are facing during the course of the 1 week and promised to rectify both regional and national level. Take a look.
The Secretary General for the ruling NRM party, Richard Togwong, announced the official closure of the NRM party voters registration.
The exercises were well executed, members were very happy, and the turn-up all over the country was overwhelming. I can give you a brief report that we registered extremely high level of turn-up in the central region, in Ankole area, Bunyoro, Acholi sub-region, Chigezi, West Nile, and Rwenzori sub-region. This is an indicator that members overwhelmingly registered in our book, because the books that we sent to the villages got filled up early, and then we improvise other means of the registration.
From his ancestral home at Teacham village in Porong Town Council, Nuaya district.
We have registered more of the young people and women. We expect an increase in the number of members of the party based on the exercise we have carried out, because in many of the villages that we had registration. In the past we used to have like 180 members, 160 members, but in such villages with this current registration, we realize that we have more than 300 members.
According to Taduong, NRM is a party that have come to unite Ugandans for peaceful coexistence, and that's why in some area with boundary conflict, like Apalan between Amoro and Ajumane district, the exercise was put on hold.
The tension in Apa, I'm sure you all know, between Ajumane and Amoro district. So the party has decided that we take over Apa to manage it at the center. We are not putting it in any district.
Also, other area with serious political divisions embedded in ethnic differences, the party will also handle their issues from the party central office.
There are unique areas of this country where we still have contradictions among communities. One of these is in Tororo. If you may recall, that our community in Tororo are a bit divided in the interest of ethnicity and social groupings. So politically, as a party, we are managing them because our party is designed to address people's concern. So we have decided that to have a political constituency in Tororo where we manage their contradictions.
Taduong, who was addressing the media from his home village at Teacham village in Porong Town Council, also confirmed that the party is also working to create an online means to enable party members from diaspora to register as well.
We are creating a website, and very soon we are going to launch it to allow you register online. We shall give village codes, and you go to your village and you put your name as for the village that you come from. This registration is village lock, and we need you to register in your village. And we shall, at the right time, during display, take your names back to your village, and we read the names during a baraza at the village to confirm from your members of the village that you are a true resident of your village.
Azad Medina Naham, the Director of Finance and Administration, NRM party, who was in charge of West Nile, says this registration exercise is giving them hope to sweep West Nile sub-region comes 2026.
And I think we underestimated the number of people joining the NRM, because we thought that on average we were going to get about 200 people joining in, roughly, per village. But I can tell you the number surpassed 500 per village.
Patrick Ogwal, the NRM party sub-registrar at Chule sub-region, says the number of young people joining the party this year has doubled, which have gone beyond their expectations.
Report that in the extreme end of Acholi sub-region, that is the Acholi East, where we have the district of Lamwo, Kitgum, Agago, Pade, we started the exercise very well, smoothly very well, and members started to register per village. And in Kitgum municipality in particular, we are moving cell by cell.
The just concluded voter registration and update of NRM party members started on the 13th March 2024 by training the party members before diving in the real field work of registering and updating the name of members who are in the registration form. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
And that view marks the end of the Nilecast only on West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs.